Hi there, I'm Brooke, and this is my channel Tarot with Bees. So today we're going to see what you're going to love about your future spouse, and just really dive into what it is exactly that you find attractive about them and what maybe attracted you to them in the first place, and just really see why you love them, like why you're going to love them, yeah? So we have 3 piles. We have Oya with the expression card for pile 1. And we also have like this terracotta colored stone. Okay. And then for pile 2, we have Gaia, connection to nature. And the tiger's eye. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Why isn't this? There we go. And pile 3 with the muses, inspiration. With this blue stone. Pretty, I guess it's turquoise, kind of. Eggshell. No, it's not eggshell. Why isn't it focusing? But that's pile 3. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Hopefully you can see these better now that they're laying down and the camera's focusing. So we're going to take a deep breath in to really just try and center ourselves to choose. Okay, so really trust your intuition, okay? Whichever card, stone, or timestamp sticks out to you, that's probably your pile. So just take a minute and choose the pile that calls to you. You can pause if you'd like. Again, we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And I'm going to get started with pile 1. I'll see you in a minute. Hi there, pile 1. So if you chose Oya, or this terracotta colored stone, this is your reading. So we're going to be seeing what you're going to love about your future spouse, yeah? Right away, I think that they're going to have a very confident demeanor, and they're going to just be so vibrant and bold, you know? I think that, so Oya is the Yoruban goddess of storms and winds. So I think that your future spouse really uses their voice to, maybe they're a very good storyteller or something like that, but they stand up for people that feel like they can't stand up for themselves. And I think that you find that so beautiful. And they're very grounded and just, which is funny because it's air energy, but with the red is reminding me of the root chakra. So again, I think they're very grounded and sure of themselves and confident with that. The yellow reminds me of the solar plexus chakra. So they really go forth in a way that is just unapologetic and try to help others, I think. And you really love that. Also, we're going to be ending the reading with a question, by the way. You can ask a yes or no question, and the pendulum will give you an answer if you want to see what it has to say. So next we have love. This came out and I was like, aw, but it's also more red. I think that they're just they're very sure of themselves, and you think that you love that about them, and they're very loving. This is Libra energy, by the way. Like, they're just so kind-hearted and sweet, you know, and really, I think they're quite attractive as well. But I just think that they have such a kind heart and soul, and it like pours out of them. you know, every second of the day. They're so lovely to be around, and you just really enjoy their presence, which of course, because they're your future spouse, that's good. It's important to love their presence. So I was only going to take one of these, but then this other one called to me, so I took both of them. So first we have wings. You never needed those wings to fly. We also have confidence. It comes with time and practice. So I think that this person, your future spouse, really just brings out the best in people. There's a lot of air energy here with these two cards. So they could be a Gemini, Libra, this is Libra, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I just think that they go through life and try and bring people to new heights. They push people and themselves to have the confidence to go for things. You know, you never needed those wings to fly. No, you didn't. You needed that confidence and that push, that extra push to really move forward. And I think that you love that about this person. They're so, again, they're sure of themselves. Maybe they hadn't been in the past, but whenever you meet them or you're around them, it seems like they're very confident, and in their actions as well. I feel like they're confident in the choices they make and whatever actions they take in life and decisions. They do them confidently, you know, and from their heart. I think they're just so kind. I really get that, and I think that you just adore that about them. Okay, so I also pulled some Buzzfeed cards here. So we have notification red. We have red again. MP3 downloads. Double tap pink. So many like lovey messages. Dial up. Eggplant. Absolutely. Confetti rainbow. This is getting messy. It's going to drive me crazy. Gel pens. And money green. Woo! Nice. Okay. So, let me see. So here, I think that maybe, because this is like a warning or an alert, and this is about like being a rebel or an outlaw. Do you know what I mean? So I think perhaps they don't really give a shit about what other people think. They really don't. Like, I'm not saying they're a red flag or anything like that, or like they're like breaking the law or anything. I definitely don't mean that. I think that they push boundaries and maybe like upset some people because they're so bold about their actions, you know, and about who they are. And maybe like some people in your life might not like that too much, but you love this about them, right? Like, you will love it. And they just make you feel comfortable. And I think they're very accepting in general of a lot of different types of people as well, you know, and maybe you'll have some family members or friends that are like, yo, I don't know about your future spouse. Like, they're kind of spontaneous and flying by the seat of their pants, you know, but you're really, really, really like that about them. And they don't look for validation from people either. And again, you really enjoy that. They're an individual. And again, there's a lot of love here, a warmth. Like, they make you have some butterflies in your stomach, you know, like they just really make you feel good. And maybe they like take you out on fun dates too. Like, you never know where you're gonna go or what you're gonna do because they never really have a concrete plan. They're just like, let's do this, and they surprise you, you know, which is really fun. So we also have dial up, which is like slowing, like slow, lethargic. I think that there's a time and a place. You know, they are spontaneous and they don't care about what other people think. But with you, they can really slow down and recharge and just get connected. You guys are really connected. Do you see like how this tiny little box that you plug into your computer like connects you to the whole world? Like that's how the internet works, obviously, but with the dial-up, you know, it took longer. So I think that they just slow down. Maybe it takes them a bit to really chill out and calm down, but I think that you ground them and you love that. And you guys are, I think they're very hot. Like you love to flirt. They're funny. Like they're a funny flirt, I think, and like they make you laugh a lot, but there's a lot of passion here as well. And I also think that with Confetti Rainbow here, maybe they had a lot of options before you, or like something like that, like at the time you met and they chose you, you know, and you love that. Or like they always have a lot of options, like of things to do, like, well, we could do this for dinner, we could do that, you know what I mean, we can go here, we can go there, just something like that. And you always like the variety, you know, you like that they think ahead like that, and they are considerate, like of, well, maybe they don't like this, maybe, you know what I mean, so I gotta have some options. So I think that you really appreciate that as well. But it could also mean like before you guys get together they had options, but they chose you, you know what I mean, which is of course something to love. Gel pens, so they're very, very creative. I think their mind is racing constantly, but they're so crafty, you know, and they have these ideas that get them bank and abundance, you know, and you just love how passionate they are about their creativity and whatever it is that they're making, or whatever they're producing, you know what I mean, whatever they're doing. You really love that. And I do think that they have some money. I do think that they are well off, but we also have Alpaca at the bottom of the deck, which is soft. They're sweet and gentle and kind. Again, like I said before. So now we're going to do some tarot cards. We have King of Swords. Again, with the air energy, by the way. With Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. The Two of Cups. So cute. King of Pentacles. Yes, with the money. And the Nine of Wands. So I think that you're going to love, again, their brain. They have a sexy brain. And I think they're very chatty. They're smart. They can be a little spacey sometimes, maybe, but it's funny. You know what I mean? They make a joke out of it. They're like, what'd you just say to me? You know what I mean? And then you're like, I said that 5 minutes ago. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, whatever. It's just they're funny, you know, they're fun about it. So you don't get mad at them too often. I don't think. It's just like they give me fun energy, you know, and you guys are really connected. There's just a lot of love here, and you enjoy being together so much. You love being with them and spending time with them. Maybe that's your love language, or theirs, like quality time. But I think, or gift giving. I don't know why, because the cups are there. It's like they could exchange the cups. I don't know. But, and we have the King of Pentacles too. So, I mean, he's very generous. But, with the Two of Cups, I just think you've got a lot of passion and emotions, and you're almost like intuitively connected too. Like you don't even really have to say much. You can like finish each other's sentences, you know? So I think that you really love that connection that you have as well. And with the King of Pentacles, I did say that they're very grounded, and that abundance. I'm telling you, they've got to have two kings come out. I feel like they have a good position at work. And they work very, very hard. They've worked hard to get there. But they have that fun side too, you know what I mean? So it's not just like all down to business. They're very chill. They give me like modern day CEO vibes or something, you know? Like going to work in like, I don't know, Vans and casual clothes or something, you know? But they're really, really generous and have a good heart. They can be a bit of a perfectionist, but I think that they really always try to be their best, and you really appreciate that and love that a lot about them. And I think that they've had some difficult times as well with the Nine of Wands here, but they've persevered. They're still standing, and they keep going. You know, they're tough. They're tough and strong, but they're not hardened. You know, they're still soft and sweet and just fun and carefree. Because even with struggles, they have still kept like a good sense of humor and like not let it get them down, you know, with that Nine of Wands. And I think they're very successful. I do. I think they're a successful person, whoever your future spouse is. So we're going to do some charms, and then we will do the pendulum. Okay, so think of a yes or no question, and we'll get to it. Okay, start thinking one. We'll see. Okay, so these can get a little loud, so turn your volume down if you need to. I just stabbed myself so hard. It's one of those. Oh my god. Gemini, yeah, we have Gemini energy. Scorpio on top of the kitty cat. There's a letter Z, I think. Yep, Z. Okay, Virgo. Sagittarius, yeah, that. And this is Cancer energy, by the way. I don't have a Cancer charm, but I've got this for Cancer energy. So that's where their sweetness comes in, you know, with that Cancer and Scorpio. And not to say these other signs can't be sweet. I'm just saying, like, Cancers are very nurturing. And the Sagittarius is so, again, I did say they're spontaneous and they just like an adventure. So that's really that Sagittarius energy, that perfectionist that I mentioned with that King of Pentacles, really grounded, you know, working really hard. That's the Virgo. And the Gemini is funny and really logical and like to tell stories. You know, they're very fun. They're fun. I mean, everybody can be fun, of course, but they have a really good balance anyway. And they have a lot, I think you love that balance, you know? Oh, I love this. Do you see that butterfly? Butterflies. There's so much, oh, but you've got a lot of water too. Look at that with the shells. And then you have the air. Oh, interesting. So let's start in the middle. We have the apple, okay? So I think that they, again, are very wise. They're so wise and smart, and they go forth and just really try and you really like that, you know. They could also be very physically fit or in good health, you know, which you really appreciate. Like, you like how they look in general. They also have a very kind heart with this and the Cancer. They have a good heart. They're very sweet, and they have a very open heart, you know. They wear their heart on their sleeve, and it may get them into trouble sometimes because people take advantage of people like that. But I think that they're very, very, very sweet and kind and loving. Now with the Anchor here, again, they're grounded. You love how loyal they are, and they're just devoted. Also, there's a message here, and only take it if it resonates. We did have a lot of nostalgic cards too, so they might be from like your hometown, or like where you live. Take that if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I wanted to put it out there anyway. And with the bat, they're very self-aware. I'm telling you, like, they're so self-assured. I said that with Oya at the beginning. They're very self-assured and know themselves very well. And they know when things need to come to an end. And they know new beginnings are coming, you know. You like that a lot about how they just flow through life kind of easily. They have like this knowing with the key here. They have like a higher knowledge of things, and they can navigate it so simply, and you're kind of like, what the hell? Ooh, the birds are going crazy. But I think that they have this sense of adventure with the cat here. They have a sense of adventure, and they're very independent. Maybe before you met them, they were really independent, and you thought that was really good. Like, they're an individual, you know what I mean? Cats are very, and confident. They're wicked confident. I've been saying that the whole time. Cats just go about their lives, like, with an air that, like, I'm amazing. You know, I'm not saying that they're like full of themselves or anything, but they definitely are very confident. And they have a lot of courage too. They really try to take leaps, you know, and they don't like to stay stagnant at all. Okay. And we have the butterfly. So again, with the, maybe they've been through a lot of transformations in their lives, you know, and again, with the endings, and then this brings in new beginnings, you know, and you really love how easily that they can fly through this stuff. And maybe they help other people through these new beginnings as well, which you really appreciate, yeah? So we have the octopus, okay? Again, so smart. And they can always figure out a way out of a situation that isn't serving them, or like that they don't want to be in, you know? They are really very smart, and you really love that. They're very intelligent. I do get that, and they're fun. They're so fun. Your future spouse is cool, pile 1. So with a shell, I think that they have been through a lot, like I said, and they're trying to heal the best they can, you know, and just live every day the best that they can. And maybe this is like a redemption too, you know, there's some sort of thing in the past that was difficult, and they're like working on redeeming themselves from that. And you really just love how strong they are. They've got such a powerful strength to them that is really admirable. You really, really love that. So now we're going to do the pendulum. So let's think of your yes or no question, and the pendulum will show us the answer. So what's your question? The answer to pile 1's question is a yes. It is indeed a yes from the rose quartz pendulum. Lovely. Okay. So that's what I have for you, pile 1. I think that you really, 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 really love your future spouse. I mean, I would hope so, but I think that you just adore them. I have such a lovely feeling with you guys. It's sweet. You guys are going to have a very nice connection. So, if you would like to subscribe, you can hit the button down below, or hit the notification bell for whenever I post a new video. If you'd like to leave a like or a comment, that's cool. I do like to read the comments, so if you want to leave one, that's cool, but don't feel obligated, of course. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my email will be in the description box below. And if you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I'll leave those linked down below as well. But I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, pile 1, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hi there, pile 2. So if you chose the Tiger's Eye or the Gaia card, this is your reading. So we're going to see what you love about your future spouse, yeah? And then I've pre-shuffled all the cards. We're going to do oracle cards and some tarot. And then we're also going to do some charms at the end, and then a pendulum. You can ask the pendulum a question, a yes or no question, and we'll get an answer for that. So that's what we're going to do. So with the Gaia here, connection to nature, I think that you really, really love how grounded they are, and they're loyal and committed, and just maybe they really enjoy like going on hikes or just being out in nature, and they like thrive out there, you know what I mean? And they're always just, maybe they're sun-kissed, or just they just look their best when they're outside or something like that. They just feel so free when they're connecting with nature, because Gaia is literally the mother of earth, you know, the Greek goddess of earth. So I just think that their heart really opens when they are connecting with nature in some way. They could be an earth sign, which is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. They seem very hardworking too, and they want to connect. So I think that you really, really you really appreciate the effort they put in to connect with others and connect with nature, connect with you. You know, they really try their hardest to make these connections. Okay, and we've got number 4 with emotion, the cucumber card, which is Cancer energy. So I think, again, this is about commitment, and 4 with the structure and balanced, you know what I mean? They're just very, maybe they're quite emotionally intelligent as well. They speak what they're feeling in their emotions, you know what I mean? They don't hold things back. I think you love that because they're honest, you know, they're a very honest person, and you appreciate that in this situation. And how they present it, you know, they're not honest in like a way to hurt your feelings at all. They're not aggressive in their honesty. They're firm, but they are gentle too. Like, they're firm in the sense that they get their point across, and you know how they're feeling, but they're gentle in the approach. Do you know what I mean? So we also have 2 of these cards with 43, Spaceship, Don't Be Afraid to Sing. Okay. And we've got this one as well. 31, The Universe, We're All Just Stardust. So to me, I think that you love how they just do things. You know, they're not afraid of a lot. They really try to just go for things. You know, they don't ponder things for a long time. You know, they're very action oriented, and they like to get things done, and they like to be a helper, and you really love that. You love that so much. And maybe they also have a really nice singing voice. You could like that as well. And it's almost like you feel like they hold your world in their hands, you know? Like, you love how open they are to the universe and to receiving, and just this adds up to 4 again. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Again, they're very freaking balanced. They seem like if life throws them something, they're just like, okay, how can I fix this so I'm not freaking out and losing my mind? You know what I mean? They really try to stay calm and level-headed. I think that you really appreciate how level-headed they are. They're almost pragmatic, you know what I mean? They keep going until it's right, you know? But they it's like they hold all the answers in their hands. Maybe they come up with solutions really quickly or really well. You know, they're very, what's the word? Resourceful. And I think that I think they really care about Earth and the universe and taking care of it. You know what I mean? And knowing that we're all connected, and we need to very much treat each other well, nicely, not nicely necessarily, but just be kind, be as kind as you possibly can. Make sure you're doing everything you can to minimalize your carbon footprint, you know what I mean? All of this stuff that can help the earth, you know. And maybe they garden too. They could garden, and you really enjoy that, like, because I think they really do like being outside. And we do have water energy too, so it's that earth and water heavy, I think. But they just seem very, very caring and thankful for the universe too. Maybe they're a little spiritual, and you love that. You know, they just seem really nice. They seem really neat and caring. We have clouds, forest, so much out. When I pulled these, there were quite a few environment cards, okay? And I was like, wow, that's a lot. But Earth, man, they really care about Earth. Thunder. Snowstorm. Sleek black. Ooh, sexy. Bubblegum. Oh, cute. Can you see that one? Yeah, okay. Snap bracelets. Yeah. And sand. Okay. So I think that with clouds, they have a lot of clarity. Like, they just can like I said, navigate through things. This is really, they're sending me a lot of the same messages, but they're so adaptable. They adapt really well to situations, and you love it. You know what I mean? Because maybe you're not that type of person. Things throw you off easily, and it takes you a while to really be able to wrap your head around it. But this person's like, no, I've got the solution right now. Like, we can do it like this. And you're like, oh shit, okay, that's good. And you're a team, it's like, maybe they do make those decisions sometimes, like when they're stressed, but it's not like in an aggressive way. Again, like, it's just like, because they make sure you're cool with it, because you're a team, you're connected, and they really connect with people too, like, and you love that in the sense that they're just so caring. I think they're very compassionate too, especially for the earth and animals. I think that they really love Gaia, you know what I mean? They love earth and respect it so much too. With the thunder here, I'm reading these together, okay? Again, this is smacking this home again. In situations where it can get a little chaotic, it's even here, they can make those decisions quickly and sufficiently. But like, for other people, it feel like it takes a long time. You know what I mean? Or like it would take them a long time. But there's all this chaos of that snowstorm and like the thunder, and it's like a lot going on. But they're grounded and balanced out and just level-headed, and really, they can make an informed decision quickly. They can think like through every option and come out with the best one. You know what I mean? Maybe they have a lot of chaos in their life. That's kind of sad. I don't know. They're very, very balanced. Like, and it feels like they do have chaos. So, and maybe it's not with you. Like, maybe it's just from the past, and you really love how they persevered and kept going and came out better for it, They're sexy. With the sleep clock, they're sexy. You think they're really cool and suave, and just, maybe they're a sweet talker, They just really, they're good at making you feel sexy too, and you love that. And maybe they like snuggling too. This is like, I'll be clingy, like being a bit clingy, but it's in like an endearing way, and they're very sweet about it, And I think you just really enjoy being together a lot. You really like that. Maybe you guys go out into nature a lot too. So we have more fours, okay, with these tarot cards. Four of Pentacles, again with the balance. The Page of Swords, the Four of Cups reversed, and the Five of Wands reversed. So, with the Four of Pentacles here, I think they can be a bit tight with their money. Like, they're very careful with their money. And maybe you're not like that, so you really appreciate that about them. I think they really try to make sure they're not spending excessively, and try and keep that balance between, well, we're gonna have a treat, you know what I mean? But we need to pay these bills, as well. So I think that there's a very solid balance there, and they really try to make sure that things are just flowing smoothly and not too much is screwing things up, and because in the past there's been a lot, I think there has been conflict for them, and they might have some anxiety too, but they try to be ready for anything, they have this sweet disposition, but they're quite cautious in general, but they could do it anyway. You know what I mean? They do things scared sometimes, I think. And you really love that. They're brave. They're a brave person because it's been difficult for them. With that Four of Cups there, I just think that they're taking opportunities that they didn't before, and maybe like they used to hesitate about things because, yeah, like they would hesitate in situations before, but now they're just really snap. Like but it's an informed decision because in the past they had all this chaos happening, but it's reversed. So I think that it's really, they learned to focus and direct this chaotic energy in order to make informed decisions, you know, and really make sure there's no chaos in their life anymore, because they want structure. With the fours, all of the fours in this reading, they really want structure to their lives, and you really appreciate that. And just think that they have their shit together. They seem like they do. Because I think that if they see the opportunity for something good to happen, they'll take it. You know what I mean? Even if they're scared. That's the whole thing here. I think that if they're nervous about something, but they feel like it's the right choice, they'll do it anyway. They'll take that cup and go forth, you know? So let's get some charms. Let's get some charms. There's Margot. So we're going to, it's going to be a little loud for a second. So just turn your volume down if you need to. Okay. Yeah, they've got a lot of anxiety. Oh, but they really do go forth. Oh, because there's fear here too. They have a lot of fears and anxiety, but you love how they persevere through it anyway. They just push through that and really try and shine a light on these perhaps like shadow sides of themselves, but they shine a light on those and work through it and really try and live positively and to their best self. You know, they take action. There's Aries energy here. They really try to do their best and, what's this say? Courageous. Yeah, they just have a lot of courage. They're a strong person. You know, they may have some anxiety issues from past experiences and some fears, but they go anyway. They do things anyway. I think that they're smart. You know, the things they've learned from the past have really helped transform them. And because in the past, maybe they didn't move forward and take these opportunities because they were scared and anxious. But now they do. You know, now they well, okay, when you're when you're with them. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to love that about them. Like maybe right now in this very moment, they're not in this move forward energy. They're more in this anxious and fearful energy and not taking action, but they're going to, and you're going to love that about them. And maybe they're a teacher. They could be a teacher. Maybe they're some sort of farmer or like have a garden. Like I said before, that might be the case. And we also have the Bat. I think that they're very self-aware and they know their weaknesses. And you think that's cool because a lot of people just act like they have their shit together fully. And I think they do have their shit together, but they're so self-aware of their like weaknesses. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody really has weaknesses because everything makes us stronger, or we learn from it, you know? And they've definitely learned from the endings and new beginnings in their lives as well. Like, it feels like they really are very maybe they're connected to source. I did say that before, but even without knowing, they might be just like out here knowing things without knowing how they know things, or like know that something ended for a reason because something new's coming in. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. So now we're going to do your yes or no question. So let's think, you can think of your yes or no question right now. You can pause if you need to. Okay. So, Spirit. Pile 2's yes or no question. What's the answer? Your answer is no. Your answer is no. Okay? So I think that's all I have for you, Pile 2. It's been such a pleasure to read for you. If you'd like to subscribe, you can hit the button down below, and you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to see whenever I post a new video. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, we can get more in depth about whatever question you may have, anything like that. We can really get in depth, use the charms, use the pendulum, all this fun stuff. My email's in the description box down below. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I'll also leave that linked down below. But I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, Pile 2, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye! Hi there, Pile 3. So if you chose the Muses or this stone, this is your reading. So we're going to see what you're going to love about your future spouse, yeah? And we're going to get into oracle cards, some tarot. I did pre-shuffle those just to make this a little faster. We're going to do charms, and then we're going to do a pendulum. Like, you can ask a yes or no question to the pendulum, so you can start thinking about that maybe throughout the reading, and we'll do that right at the end. So, right off the cuff with the Muses inspiration, I think your person, your future spouse, is really artistic. They're artistic and creative, and just, they take inspiration from their everyday lives. You know, lots of different things inspire them, and they find things fascinating. You know, their mind is so interesting, and they have a very warm heart too. And I think they're very delicate, like delicately pretty. Do you know what I mean? Or delicately handsome. There's something about them that's soft. And they really, maybe they're an artist or a musician or a dancer or something like that. A digital artist, something in those, you know, an Etsy shop owner, whatever they do, they really find inspiration everywhere. And I think that you find that really interesting, and you love that because, you know, maybe they'll see, like, I don't know, a bug walking on a stick, and they're like, oh, that's really pretty, you know, or something like that. Or just in nature, just find beautiful things, or find things very interesting, and find inspiration in a lot of different avenues, and you really think that that's cool. So where are the cards? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so we have the fertility card here with the number 29, the watermelon, which is Leo energy. I think that they're very rich. Their personality, I don't mean like materially, I mean their personality, their soul is just very fertile and thriving and growing every day, you know, and you love that. They're interesting. They seem like a unique person. And again, I think they find inspiration from like the 4 elements, like earth, water, fire, air. You know, they just find things. I'm really getting like art, creative energy from this person. And you just find them very unique, and you really support their art or whatever they do, you know, and you love how passionate they are about it. They just always, I think they always try and look for answers to things too, and trying to seek knowledge and more inspiration every day, you know, just trying to figure things out, figure out what life is meant to be, you know, like, why are we all here? Maybe they're very philosophical. You know, they make you think, perhaps, and you think that that's really cool. Now, there's 2 of these cards. We have mural, be your own first priority, which they're literally doing a mural, which is, they're painting, I think. Yeah, they're painting the mural, which is really cool, like with what I just said. And then we also have gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. Yeah, so they really prioritize themselves and have done a lot of work on themselves, you know, and they try to do that in order to go forth as their best self for others as well, you know, because they don't want to come in broken. And you really appreciate that, because not everybody takes that time to really focus on themselves and try and be better, be a better person, really try to heal your old wounds, you know, that are on your soul. I think that this person really does that. And they look within a lot. They might be an introvert. they're giving me introvert vibes, but I think that they really like to spend time alone to recharge, and you really respect that, you know. Not everybody does. Some people need to be together all the time, you know, well, not all the time, but a lot. But this person really tries to focus, and we did have Leo there as well, which can be a bit about themselves. You know, Leos can be put their needs first, which is important. I mean, you have to, in order to, and I think that they understand this. That's what I mean. They understand that in order to be your best self and love the best that you can, you have to put yourself first. I'm not saying you have to love yourself, but you have to try. You know what I mean? You have to try and work on yourself in order to bring your best, most authentic self into any situation. So they really, really understand that intimately. And you very much appreciate, that about them. So now we're going to get into the Buzzfeed cards. We have Armadillo. They could be very funny. Cliff, yeah. Wow. Here, let's move this over here. Word art. And active online green. And then we have sunrise. Prairie. VHS. And mood rings. Oh, hello, kitty. Maybe they like cats too. I did see a cat in that mural card. So I was like, oh, maybe they're a cat person. Like animals, you know? But with Armadillo, I think they could be quite funny. But I think that they're a tough nut to crack, you know? Like, they maybe come off a little tough, you know, and to protect themselves. But you understand that, and you kind of love it, like, or maybe they're just a little tough on people they don't know. Not in like a negative way. I don't mean like tough like they're a dick, but I mean like tough in the sense that they don't give them all the answers immediately, you know, and it can be a little frustrating for others, but you think it's hilarious. We also have Cliff here, so I do think they have some anxiety, but they try to be open about it. You know what I mean? They're open about how they're feeling with their anxiety and maybe a little bit of depression, and really try to let you know how they're feeling on a given day, you know? I think that you appreciate that a lot. But also, this has another meaning too, because it's kind of reminding me of the Fool. I know this looks a little scary, but like with this under it, it could mean like they take that leap of faith sometimes. I don't think it's all the time. I think that they are a little cautious in general as a person, but I think that when they take that leap and just push that anxiety aside, really try to push that anxiety aside and throw themselves into opportunities and things that scare them, that's really, like, you think that's really cool. Because that really scares them, you know? I think that they have anxiety with change as well, and you know, when they really try to work themselves up and just do it, you really think that's neat. And you love how their courage, you know, you love how courageous they are. This is like with word art, it just reminds me of digital art again. I think that they're definitely like some sort of artist. They're very creative, innovative, you know, they just make things. They make stuff. I don't know what, but they do something. They're just almost poetic, you know what I mean? Maybe they're a poet, but they really take their time with what they do, and you really love that. And we have active online green here as well. I think that they try to be available for people. They really, and for you, you know, they're very involved in your day-to-day lives, and you appreciate that so much. It's not just like, oh, hey, how was work? And then you just like eat dinner, watch, like scrolling on your phone, you know, it's not like that at all. You have a very communicative relationship, and you really appreciate that. You know, they actively try to be present and to be better in the relationship. We also have sunrise here, so I think that they really, maybe they wake up early. I don't know, and go for like a run, or like they have like some sort of morning ritual, and they like get, like maybe they get your coffee, like you get up a little later and they like your coffee's out and breakfast is made or something like that, and you really, really appreciate that. But I think that there's something about starting the day together that's very important here, and you really appreciate that. Like they make it a priority in their life to start the day together, to really just connect and make sure you guys are good and in a good space in general. We did already talk about the prayer card, so I'm going to skip that one. But with VHS, they're very sentimental. I think that gives me Cancer energy, really. I think they're very sentimental and look back on the past a lot, and just, again, I think they can be a little prone to the sadness, maybe get a little bit of depression sometimes. I mean, you don't just get depression sometimes, but I think that they really do look back on the past, and whether it's good or bad, you know, they just really, like, pictures, like maybe they have photo albums that they cherish because they can look back on things like their school years or old family photos that just really mean a lot to them. Old art projects, you know, anything like that. They really, they like to keep. Maybe they're a bit of a hoarder in that way, not in like a hoarder way, you know what I mean? But like they like to keep little trinkets and things like from trips that you go on or something like that. And you think it's really cute. Because they just want to look back on it. They're very sentimental, that's sweet. They can be quite moody, I think, on occasion. I don't think it's necessarily with you. They really do try their best to bring their best to the table with you, you know, which you really appreciate. And I think that they do work through this, because they waver, they go back and forth between, like, some days they're good, some days it's a little difficult, you know, and you really see that strength, like, because they're persevering, they keep going, you know what I mean, and they just try their best, they really do, because they're healing. Again, like with this card, I think that they're healing. That cup is like put back together, and they're trying to sort themselves out and they bring their best selves to every day. They really do try and do that for you and for themselves, like I said, because they're their first priority, remember? But of course they take you into account as well, and their friends and family, everything like that. But where did I put the tarot cards? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we'll do the tarot cards now. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords reversed. So you really appreciate how hard they work for stability in general, as a family, as a unit, you know what I mean? Whatever your family is to you, whatever family means to you, they actively really try to keep it stable and on a steady foundation, a strong foundation. They really, again, make those connections, and maybe they really connect with your family as well, or your loved ones. They really just try to make an effort to have an abundant life. I don't necessarily think this means, because it can mean inheritance, like a lot of money, but in this particular reading, I'm not sure it means that. I think it really means they want this abundant life in the sense that you're stable together and stable as a unit, okay? And you really appreciate the effort they put in. You really, really do. It's huge. You know, and I think that with the Judgment card, they do enjoy, like, connecting with family. Again, I think they're very nostalgic, so maybe they really try to get the families together, or just your friends, you know what I mean? And have a good time, have as much fun as possible, and really make those connections. And I think they also view every day as a fresh start. You know what I mean? To just throw caution to the wind and do what they want to do with their day and make sure that you guys are good and just really bring a sense of balance, because we've got this. I think that they really balance home life and their career really well, and you love that, because they may have in the past had the tendency to be quite a workaholic or something like that, but they really actively try to, not even try, they make the time for you guys to be together, and you really appreciate that. They never, I don't think, like I said before, like, I think you guys sit down to dinner and and make connections. You know, you're not scrolling on your phone. They make time in the morning to really connect. I don't know. I'm just really getting that connectedness here with them, and you so appreciate that. That effort that they put in, because it has not been easy for them in general. And maybe it's not when you're together either. You know, maybe it's not when you're together either. It's not easy because I said, I think they're prone to some depression sometimes. But again, I think that they're recovering. They're trying their best to really bring their best self to the table and appreciate every single day they have on this earth, you know? Because I think that they've had their low points, but they're coming out of it. You know, they're clawing their way back, and that effort, they put so much effort in, and that's huge for you. I think that effort that people put in, I think that the effort that your future spouse puts in, just, you appreciate it so freaking much, and you see how hard they're working. I also think they're very generous as well, by the way, with the Six of Pentacles. They're generous with your friends. They're generous with your loved ones. Again, they're very nostalgic. They want connections with your families and your friends, everybody. So they want good relationships with the people you guys care about. So they really try to give what they can and be there for people. Yeah, because we have active online green too. They really try to be there for people and maybe give advice if people need it. You know, they're really try to be there for others. So we have Margot here to get some charms. This can be a little loud, so turn your volume down if you need to. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll get talking instead of oh. So, nostalgic, again, with the Hello Kitty. I think their childhood was important to them. Oh, the cat's upside down. Their childhood is very important to them, you know. Maybe childhood friendships, or they really value some of their childhood friendships, and they're still very close with them. And they may have had like a death in the family too. This usually doesn't mean death, but there's something telling me that they maybe have had some losses in their life, and that might have something to do with some of the sadness that they have every day. But not every day, but the sadness, because they're trying to hold their shit together. You know what I mean? And really keep going. And yeah, like a father or something, because we have the seahorse here. It's some sort of paternal figure, a father, grandfather, uncle, something like that. Maybe they lost a relative. But, you know, they try and sweep that under the rug. They're trying to keep stuff together, and they try and get rid of those emotions, you know, because it weighs heavily on their heart. It really does weigh heavily on their heart, but they're courageous, and they keep going, and they try and persevere, you know. I think they are very funny. They can be funny. Like I said, it could be in a darker way though. Like, I think I'm getting the vibe that they have a very unique sense of humor. You think it's hilarious, but maybe not everybody else does. with the bat here, endings and beginnings, I think, and with the skull, because that's the death card in tarot, which is Scorpio energy. They've had a lot of endings, things that have ended, and sometimes I feel like that weighs heavily on their mind. Like, why did this happen like this? Like, why did that have to end like that, you know? But they still try to go forth every day with the knowledge that they've learned from the past. I'm pretty sure this has come out in every single reading. They really try to go forth with the wisdom that they've learned from the past and put it into their future, because they don't want to dwell on the past. They don't want to dwell on the endings. They want these new beginnings, and they're getting them, you know? They're taking that action to heal themselves and make themselves that priority, which is so admirable. You think that's so strong of them. And this is bringing good luck too. I think that they work really hard, and again with the abundance. So maybe it is money. I mean, maybe they got an inheritance of some sort. But I think that you really value how hard they work in every way, like with their work, with your relationship, with their connections, how they work so hard on themselves. They're trying to heal, all of that. You really appreciate that. And that, yeah, they're just holding it together, but that heart is opening and it's healing as well. The dolphin, they're so smart, and I think that they're trying to find that balance between their heart and their soul, and just really, again, trying to heal. They're trying to heal, plain and simple. I think they're trying to find that happiness, because dolphins are always so freaking happy swimming around in the ocean. They're so cute. But they're trying to find that happiness coming out of this darkness, and they're persevering. They're really just keep going. They're working hard, and I do think they'll work through it. And again, maybe they're in this energy right now, and when you meet them, they'll be more in this dolphin energy, you know, because they could be doing this healing right now, and you'll be so proud of how, like, because they've been through so much, and you'll be so proud of how far they've come. You know what I mean? So we also have the seahorse. Again, with the good luck. But it's also about persistence. They keep going, you know, even with all of the sadness and endings, they keep going. I think they have such a soft, sweet heart. I said that at the beginning. There's something soft about them, whether it be their physical appearance or their sweet, sweet soul. But they're so strong. They're strong. They have that softness and vulnerability, but they're so strong. And you see that strength, you know? Other people may not, but you do. And you love them so much for it. We also have an N and a Q. And that's what I have. Oh, no! We have to do the pendulum. So let's think, how about you think of a yes or no question while I get it ready. You can pause the video if you need some more time. Okay. So pile 3's question. What is the answer to pile 3's question? Your answer is yes. Your answer is yes. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. It's been a pleasure to read for you, pile 3. You can hit that subscribe button if you'd like to subscribe, and the notification bell to see whenever I post a new video. You can leave a like or a comment. You don't have to. I do like to read the comments though, so but don't feel obligated. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my email will be in the description box down below. If you need any clarity on anything, we can dive in deep and get a really personalized reading for you. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, my Instagram and TikTok will be linked down below as well. So I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, pile 3, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!